Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and welcome to an Anfield Index special. Well, this just came out of nowhere, didn't it? No one talked about this. No family members, no dads, no brothers, no interviews with Serbian TV. Oh, yes, it is finally confirmed, ladies and gents. You can put to bed the rest of any Fekir Friday. He's failed his medical. Why has it been delayed? Where's the Caicedo money, John? And anything like that, because the news is finally in. As of midday today, Thursday, the 26th of June, it's horny time, ladies and gents. Milos Kerkez is a red. It has been confirmed. The third major signing of the summer to join Jeremy Frimpong, to join Florian Wirtz. We have now got a top class left back in our midst. What a signing this is. What a start to the summer. What a summer it's been so far. A million things to discuss on this one. I'm your host, Dave Davis, coming to you from pretty gloomy looking Edinburgh right now, but there is nothing gloomy about the outlook that we're seeing. I mean, look at that. Does that not just make you horny, ladies and gents? As it says there, the official website, Liverpool have completed the signing of Milos Kerkez in his top there from Bournemouth. So what does the details say? As it says, he's undergone that medical, all good, people, calm down, and agreed a long-term contract. Now, when it says long-term contract, looking at the reports from your expected name, your patch journos, etc., seem to suggest it's a 5-year deal. Now, importantly, what does the boy wonder himself say? You forget with Milos Kerkez how young, how old he is, however you want to put it. He's younger than Harvey Elliott, Connor Bradley, Jarell Kwanzaa. Really is for a player so young, rife of experience. But as I said, what does he say there? He says, I'm really happy. It's a real honour for me, a privilege to come and play for one of the biggest clubs in the world, the biggest club in England. Striking all the right notes here, Milos. I'm just really, really happy and excited. After this, I'll go home in my hometown and enjoy a few days. And then I can't really wait to come back, put the training kit on and start to train and prepare for the season. And if anyone saw last night, I think it was on his Instagram or his brother's Instagram, wasn't it? They were out partying because people had questions when it hadn't been confirmed. David Ornstein had said his report, and we have to be clear on the wording here. He expected it to be on Tuesday, and then it didn't happen. So people were like, and Wednesday came, didn't it? And like, still no announcement. What was happening? Maybe it was the Dua Lipa concerts to get out the way. Who knows fully? But that got done. Thursday lunchtime. We are horny and good, aren't we? Milos Kerkez is a red. And there's a few other bits from his interview that I would call out at the same time. I mean, just some stats before we get into this. I think that's just good from the website. Makes the move to Anfield after 2 impressive seasons with Bournemouth, 74 appearances, 2 goals and 8 assists. And with the greatest respect to Bournemouth, that's in a team that's been around the mid-table mark. You forget where he started his career has been at AC Milan, AZ Alkmaar. He's worked with people that Arne Slot knows well. This is a player who Arne Slot likes. 23 caps for Hungary, made his debut in September 2022 at the age of 19. Look at this. Shortlisted for the 24-25 men's PFA Young Player of the Year. He is one of the 6. That's nothing to sniff at all. A finalist for the Golden Boy 2023 as well. I mean, for a kid, and we're talking really a kid of a young age, this is some pedigree, hence the fee. Look at that. We got our Paul Joyce dopamine hit, didn't we? At the same time at midday. A fee up to 40 million. Now, if you go on previous reports, the suggestion is It's around 35 with a fee that could rise with the add-ons up to 40 million. And then again, it'll probably remain undisclosed. We'll never get the exact or the full detail. But this is a great first interview. And it's strange that we used to talk about the Melwood Lean, walking through the doors of the AXA. They all seem to be on a chair nowadays, don't they? So is the chair style. I don't know if that's just the thing. Usually the flag draped over them for the other two, but not so much with Milos Kerkez. What does he say, though, in his interview? I love this. Milos Kerkez evoking the words of Virgil van Dijk as he described his excitement to move to Anfield, declaring it was always Liverpool. Just he's hitting all the right notes in this, Milos, isn't he? Tafsir there as well, saying in the comments, with all these signings, the rivals are running scared. We're going to do it with no Vaseline. It's going to get messy. Aggressive for a Thursday, but I like it all the same. This is another signing that we know Manchester City were around before they had to pivot to Rayan Aïnouri as well. Absolutely brilliant. What else does Milos Kerkez say in this interview? As everyone knows, Richard Hughes brought me to Bournemouth, and that was a big part why I came to Bournemouth. Obviously, also important is the gaffer. I also had talks with him. I really knew when I talked to him and Richard that this is for me. So that was my decision. When he and Slot talked about the tactics and the plan and where he sees where I can improve and where I can help the team. Obviously, when the coach comes also and talks to you, it's a big thing. It's a big sign of respect. I didn't think we'd be talking about Richard Hughes so much with one player, but do you remember his interview him and his dad did with Serbian TV? And his dad had that line, didn't he? That if Richard Hughes had moved to India, we would follow there. And everyone was like, that's a bit strange talking about a sporting director that way. But his son is referencing him in the interview as well. And again, that line for full context. For me, there were no second doubts then that I want to go somewhere else. It was always Liverpool. He's not in it really, is he? The eye emojis, the like in every single post that's appeared on social media. And people will have thoughts about the way he's gone about it, maybe Bournemouth, but who cares? He's a red. And it's nice that he talked about his former clubs. Because he also said, we talk, me and my brothers, we're always joking, but talking honestly. And we say, like, I called my brother and I'm talking to my brother that's here. And he's like, you have a Liverpool kit on and a Liverpool badge. And still like you, really cannot believe it. It's an honoured moment and a privilege. A happy moment for my family and especially for me. Yeah, as we saw on the plane, we had mum, we had dad. Fabrizio Romano will be happy on this. He's obviously had the take. I think we all know why that is at the same time as well. But the full interview is there on the website through the All Red package. But we'll probably get an exclusive, the full Q&A eventually published, like we did with Florian Wirtz. But absolutely brilliant. Milos Kerkez is a red. Now, I mean, stats-wise, people, we've got him there on FB Ref. We've got him overlaid with Andy Robertson. This is his rival, I suspect, at the moment, and I'll be clear when I say that. We are waiting for Andy Robertson's decision, aren't we? Is Andy Robertson going to move to Atletico Madrid? I think we all suspect what will happen, but as we're told by various briefings through the journos, we are waiting for him to make that call. But, I mean, he's got a rival who's younger, at this moment in his career. And prime Robbo, we all love, don't get me wrong. But everything stats-wise points one way, doesn't it? This is a youngster with progressive carries in the Premier League, and against, obviously, top 5 leagues, when we're talking FBref, of course, the 85th percentile, 78th percentile for interceptions, 70th percentile for assists as well. We know he is rapid. And if you look at the overlay against Robbo, and bearing in mind that one was playing in a title-winning team, and no disrespect to Bournemouth, One was playing in a team that finished ninth. Kerkez in blue there is ahead of Robbo for things like clearances, blocks, statistics, tackle and interceptions, percentage of dribblers tackled, progressive passes received, progressive carries. Yes, the attacking metrics are slightly better in certain instances for Robbo, but of course they're going to be the team he plays in, the style, all those types of things. Speaking of stats, though, if you do want to delve down the rabbit hole and just have a few minutes to yourself, type in like here, look at Data MB, so shout out to their site, and just type in Kerkez here. As Buffalo Soldier says there, he's just got bags of energy. But to talk about stats, look as Data MB have got there. The top 5 leagues under 21 fullbacks passes into the penalty box. He's top there, isn't he? With 125 over Diego Moore at Strasbourg at 97 and Balde at Barca 78. So he's top. I mean, don't get it twisted at all. One of the big reasons we bought Milos Kerkez in is to get the ball into the penalty box like Jeremy Frimpong does. It's one of their statistics. Liverpool fullbacks go vroom, vroom, up and down, but they get the ball into the penalty box. That's absolutely key. Other key stats as well. I mean, look at this. Milos Kerkez compared to under 21 fullbacks in the top 5 leagues. Look at where he's winning. Most duels won, most touches, most progressive actions, most accurate crosses, most shot assists, most key passes, most passes completed, most passes to final third, most passes to penalty box, most fucking everything practically, ladies and gents. That is how good a player we are buying. Again, like say, passes just into the final third, not the box. Top on that. And a reference against another good fullback there, Lewis Hall, who's got the bronze medal in third there. Kerkez, 189. Hall, 142. And think how good Lewis Hall has been for Newcastle. Think of the fee he would probably commanded at the same time. All the metrics, all the story is pleasing there as well. I mean, even this, just progressive actions under 21 fullbacks in the top 5 leagues. He's top on 350 against Lewis Hall there, 267 as well. And people will argue when we say about Lewis Hall, yeah, he had the injury to end the season, but don't get it twisted at all. This is a sensational signing and another player that has picked Liverpool over many others. And I'm going to flip the screen slightly on this, so we will see how this works. But if I stop sharing there and flip it around for you, ladies and gents, just so you can see this one. We'll see if this works. When you see this formation. Nah, not having it there for me, is it? There we go. Look at that and how good that makes it. Kerkez will be bombing on down the left all day long. Possibly Bradley or Frimpong, you'll have your debates over that, will be bombing on. Liverpool's fullbacks are rapid. And importantly, there's a reason why the arrow's painting that way. Kerkez was actually third in getting the ball into the box. That's not just getting the Premier League, that's not just getting to the byline and whipping across in like a 70s winger. It's about getting the ball into the box. Frimpong, similar in the Bundesliga, right up there in the top 3 as well. This is the key reason these two players have been bought. Yes, they're fast. Yes, especially Frimpong and Kerkez more than any have got brilliant injury records and they don't get injured. Touch wood, I'm not jinxing that at all. They're quick, all those things. Yes, there's question marks around the defensive side, but we've talked about that on transfer market metrics. So I don't want to go into that too much because we discussed it before. But as it was put to us by an analyst, do think almost the Moneyball line. If you've seen that movie, you know, the one with Brad Pitt, Jonah Hill, I think it is. There's that famous line as it was talked about. the player gets on base. Do I care if it's a hit and run? They get on base. Not quite the same for these two, but Frimpong and Kerkez get the ball into the box. We can worry about the rest a little later, can't we, in that regard? Enjoy it. There'll be more footage. There'll be more interviews. And there's even stuff out around, if anyone's clocked it today, the verts and the behind the scenes, they've got that. So maybe another week before we get the Kerkez stuff. But other things that are linked there, because Paul Joyce and others are starting to write about this, ladies and gents, that as well as this being 3 in, more might follow in the near future. But after this round of incomings, those 3 that Frimpong, Verts and Kerkez, we spent a pretty penny. The next round of Anfield action is going to be about sales, isn't it? They were expecting things around Darwin. Jarell Kwanzaa, when he finishes the under-21 tournament on Sunday, will complete that move to Bayer Leverkusen. There's then, maybe we'll talk about Mark Gay, centre-backs and other signings. There's the Harvey Elliott decision, who, by the way, after his double last night, the semi-final, 40 million just became 50 million at the same time as well. So there's a raft of outgoings to sort at the same time. There is talk about Alexander Isak and that situation. We know Liverpool are trying. Whether they're successful, that is a completely different story. But we know they are trying right now. However, a few journalists are mentioning the reporting today around it with the number 9. It's got to be the right one. It won't just be anyone. There's different permutations, like we've talked about on the transfer show. It could even be a wide forward that can play as a 9. It's all about the right player. But importantly, ladies and gents, speaking of right players, he said it was always Liverpool. Milos Kerkez is a red. Up to 40 million, very shrewdly, very wisely invested. Enjoy your day. Enjoy all the content that comes out, because on Thursday, the 26th of June, that was another Anfield Index